Hi, this is Lane8492. This is the second of two true crime story videos I'm doing today. This one is out of the state of Tennessee. This is the case of Tennessee death row inmate Byron Lewis Black. You see, Byron Lewis Black had just been released on a work release program from prison and was in a relationship with Angela Clay. And of course, Angela Clay was separated from her husband, Benny Clay. And apparently, Byron Lewis Black was involved in a dispute with Benny Clay, and he later shot Benny Clay, who was wounded in the shoulder. And apparently, he was sentenced to 2 years in prison, but got out on work release. But was released, and he was released on March 28th, 1988, due to his work release schedule. And he entered the Nashville apartment, and there he shot the three inhabitants, Angela Clay and her two daughters, Latoya Clay, who was 9, and her youngest daughter, Lakiesha Clay, who was 6. And sadly, they died within minutes. An investigation would lead to the arrests of Byron Lewis Black, who was tried in Davidson County, Tennessee. That's the county of Nashville. He was tried and convicted of 3 counts of first-degree murder and was sentenced to death for it. And now he's been on death row for almost 37 years at the Riverbend Maximum Security Institution on the outskirts of Nashville. Of course, you know, that's where they hold all the men on death row in Tennessee. There's a nearby women's prison where they keep one woman who's currently on death row named Krista Gale Pike. Of course, I read a book on her a long time ago, but I'm not going to mention that. That's totally unrelated. But after so many years of appeals by Byron Lewis Black, he also had an execution date set for him in 2020, but it was stayed due to the COVID pandemic. Lawyers have been arguing that Byron Lewis Black has a low IQ, which makes him mentally challenged, and that he has schizophrenia, and that he's had some stent in his heart due to heart conditions. And now his date of execution's been set for August 5th. And apparently, they said that they have to, moments before his execution, that a doctor must turn off the stent to his heart defibrillator. That way there's no torture during the execution, as they claim. But the judge said he has no authority to stop the execution. Well, of course, that's what they're claiming. Well, hope you enjoy this video. Let me know what you think. Thanks.